You know, it's rather astounding how many people have a head impact some course of their life, whether it was in sports, around the house, getting in and out of the car, perhaps a fall where they kind of hit their chin or their face. Actually, that happened to me not so many years ago. After all the sports were done, I fell in our kitchen. Can you believe it? And I hit my face on the tile floor. It was one of the hardest hits I've ever had in my life. Now, would you say I had a concussion? You probably could say I had a head impact that had a concussive force. And many people have had those, and they don't realize that your brain has to adapt to that. You know, of course, your body as well. So my neck had to adapt to that and the impact. So I just want to talk for a minute about concussion, head impacts, because there's so many different definitions of concussion. And you may say, I've never had a concussion. Truth be told, I've never been diagnosed with a concussion. In my estimate though, 5 to 8 in the course of my life. And so that's a pretty good number, and I'm doing pretty well, thankfully, but I've done a lot of work on my brain health. So how might you know if you've had a concussion and the impact that you had to your head? Well, number one, it's all about sensory. What are your eyes telling you? What is your balance mechanism, your vestibular system doing? And what are you feeling in your neck in particular? Because a concussion is not just being knocked out. It's not being, to be a little graphic, to throw up. It's not also any of those things that you might think in the past. We know now that just a fast whiplash of the neck can actually cause a concussive force to the brain and its neural structures. They're very delicate. Although they're super resilient, they're extremely delicate. It's kind of a difficult thing to understand, but we know that when the sensory systems, the visual system, the vestibular system, when I move my head, what we might call the balance system, when those systems are out of sync, so instead of my hands being a perfect match, if they're slightly skewed like that, meaning my eyes are seeing something that my vestibular system is not perceiving, I can have some motion feeling issues, maybe some brain fog or lack of clarity, sharpness in my thinking that I had previous to that. Now, many of these symptoms may go away within a week, but it's still, for us in the brain health field, we want to understand, is it doing long-term compensation? And that's where the proper evaluation of the sensory systems can be an important insight into the effects of a head impact.